The Oregon Legislature stands adjourned tonight after passing a slew of bills over the weekend. One bill that did not pass, however, would have expanded the ability to build housing in urban areas. KATU's Emily Gersh spoke with legislators on both sides of this. And Emily, what was the main disagreement here?
Yeah, Steve. Well, the bill included an amendment that would expand urban growth boundaries by about 150 acres. Now, Democrats were concerned that private developers would build market rate housing instead of affordable housing on this new land available. Lawmakers I talked to said Bill 3414 is one of the bills that extended the legislative session into its final day. The measure had the support of Governor Tina Kotek, home builders, and many Republicans. But it did not have much support among Democrats and environmentalist groups, who feared that allowing cities a one-time expansion of the urban growth boundary would not only cause harm to the environment, but allow developers to build market-rate housing instead of affordable housing. I spoke with lawmakers on both sides. Take a listen.
At the end of the day, the bill said any kind of housing could be built. And so sometimes, we get a little critical about what we call McMansions. I'm sure your viewers have heard that phrase before. And that kind of housing was going to be permitted to be built.
We have to build more houses. We have to have more land because that's the biggest cost driver. If we can drive the cost of land down and the availability of it, more houses will get built. It won't cost so much.
Now, another housing bill did pass, however, which would provide a $650 million bond for affordable housing. Hear what both sides have to say about that bill compared to this one coming up tonight at 6.
At the end, I think what really became controversial was this whole situation around allowing a one-time expansion of the urban growth boundary.
A controversial housing bill failed to advance to the governor's desk on the final day of the legislative session. It would have given Oregon cities a one-time opportunity to expand their urban growth boundaries by up to 150 acres. KATU's Emily Gersh is at a housing development in Portland right now. And Emily, why didn't this bill pass?
Yeah, Steve, well, the governor and Republicans supported the bill as a way to build more affordable housing. But Democrats feared that if passed, private developers would use the opportunity to build market rate housing instead. House Bill 3414 would have freed up more land for cities to build houses on, a one-time expansion of up to 150 acres. But it failed by one vote.
I am disappointed, very disappointed.
Representative Jeff Helfrich is the vice chair of the House Committee on Housing and Homelessness. In 2019, he voted yes on passing House Bill 2001, which expanded the ability of property owners to build certain types of more affordable homes, like duplexes in residential areas. He said Bill 3414 should have been an extension of that.
We have to build more houses. We have to have more land because that's the biggest cost driver. If we can drive the cost of land down and the availability of it, more houses will get built. It won't cost so much.
Governor Tina Kotek also supported the bill, but some of her Democratic colleagues were concerned the legislation allowed any type of housing to be built on the extra land.
Sometimes, we get a little critical about what we call McMansions. I'm sure your viewers have heard that phrase before, and that kind of housing was going to be permitted to be built.
But the legislature didn't end the session without making some gains in housing. They did approve a $650 million bond to build affordable homes for Oregon renters and first-time buyers.
We've never bonded $650 million for permanent and supportive housing. And so it's not just a housing bill, it was a bill for permanent and supportive housing.
Now, the governor weighed in on the housing bills on Sunday, saying in a press release, quote, $650 million in bonding will build and preserve more affordable housing. However, the legislature missed a critical opportunity to address housing production by failing to pass House Bill 3414. We're live in Northwest Portland. Emily Gersh, KATU News.
Emily, thank you.